Hello. That's a party. I've got three things to tell you before we begin. The first one is I've learned two things tonight. First of all, don't write emails to the BBC. It just doesn't work. And Jackie Bird's never replied to me either. Second one is I checked into my B&B earlier, and the guy said to me, main door closes at 11:30, so you're going to have to be back before then. And then he took a look at me, and he looked me up and down, and then he said, "You'll be all right, won't you? You'll be back." So I'm going to prove him wrong tonight. Third thing I learned was I had a call yesterday from my dad. My dad's up in Stornoway in the Western Isles, and he likes to think that he's a man of the world. But he was reading a story in the newspapers yesterday. You might have read it. It said that the search terms for kind of kinky words has gone up by about 100% since 50 Shades of Grey. So he phoned me, he's looking at this list, and he said, "Andrew, I don't know what some of the words mean. Can you help me out?" No. So he said, "Andrew, what's an orgy?" So I tried to explain it to him, in a language that a tutor would understand. So I said, "Dad, it's just like a frisky Kaylee." He said, "Oh son, say no more. That's how I met your mum." Oh, no. So I put the phone down before he could mention anal fisting. My name's Andrew Todd. I'm senior tutor at Glasgow University School of Law. And tonight, just like Christian Grey, I'm a man of singular tastes. Now, if you've seen that film, it is quite shocking, because he says, "I'm a man of singular tastes." It should be singular taste. It's singular. There'll be many tastes. The grammar in that film is disgraceful. But I'm a man of singular tastes, and my singular taste is also something people find a little bit funny, a little bit disgusting, because my singular taste is tax law. And tax law is good because I get to tell jokes, legal jokes, and legal jokes are great because they're 100% true. I want to give you some examples. I say, why did the chicken cross the road? Because the farmer hadn't put up a fence, as required by the Poultry Act of 1983. Chickens must be kept in a coop. Knock, knock. Who's there? The police. The police who? The police would like to come in. Do you have a search warrant? No. Well, you can't, because that's the law. Englishman and Irishman, a Scotsman walk into a bar, and the barman says, "Excuse me, gentlemen, are you 18? Because he's a responsible landlord." Best jokes, because they're 100% true. You learn something after them. But legal jokes and tax law jokes, and this is really special subject, tax law jokes. Now, this is a party. This is the first birthday party for Bright Club, and I wanted to have some games tonight. So I'm going to teach you about tax, but we're going to have a game. And it's called Tax It or Eat It. It's got its own theme tune. Tax it, eat it, tax it, eat it, tax it, eat it, tax it. It's not a great theme tune. I'll give you that. But by the end of the night, you'll all be singing it. We're going to do this game, and we're going to need two contestants. So I thought we've got staff table here, so that'd be one group, and we've got Veronica's table over here. So we're going to have the two teams play one another. And what I'm going to do is we're going to have 3 rounds. I'm going to show you various fruit. Okay. So it's various fruit, and you're going to have to tell me whether you would tax it, and you'd add 20% VAT onto it, or whether you would eat it. Okay. I'm going to give you clues. Otherwise you just be guessing, so I'll give you clues. But we'll work our way through the clues first. So what we'll start with, I'll get mic set up. Something very simple. Do both.
Can you do both? Do you tax it then eat it?
No, it's one or the other. You either tax it. Did you not hear the theme tune? think we might need a new contestant. We've got something to start with, which is the humble cream cracker. So we've got cream cracker. Would you tax it or would you eat it? You tax it or eat it. It's simple. Shouldn't take you too long. Tax it or eat it. So start. Tax it or eat it.
Tax it!
Eat it. Okay, we've got tax it. We've got eat it. You would eat it. You eat it because it's nice. It's nutritious.
But there's a tax on biscuit.
We'll get to that in a second. You would tax it. So. We've got Kit Kats. They mentioned tax on biscuits. So this is a biscuit. Do you tax it or do you eat it? And I'll give you a clue. If it's nutritious, you eat it. If it's not nutritious, you tax it. So we've got tax it. I've got a confession to make here. It was a foreign packet. But I drove from Glasgow tonight. Don't judge me, I was hungry. Yeah, you tax it. It's covered in chocolate. So the Chancellor wants to discourage you from eating it. He doesn't want you to eat chocolate. So you tax chocolate biscuits. So there you go. Make things a little more complicated. Cookies. It's a biscuit, but it's not chocolate covered, but it has chocolate in it. So you tax it or you eat it. Tax it. Eat it. So they say eat it. Are you going to go with? Are you going to play tactical?
Yeah, we're going to tax it.
Are you going to tax it? Eat it. You eat it. You eat cookies because the chocolate is added before you bake it. If you add the chocolate afterwards, it's taxed. Chocolate added before. It's taxed. It doesn't have to make sense. The Jaffa cake. Oh. This is a tricky one. Yeah, the Jaffa cake. Eat it, okay. I got it the first time, it's alright. Jaffa cake, now the Jaffa cake, I'm going to give you a wee clue, in case you want to change your mind. The cake is something that you tax. No, so the cake is something you don't tax. So, Jaffa cake.
Because they went to court to prove that they were actually cakes, so that they wouldn't be taxed.
That was the best answer I've ever had of that. They think first. They actually went to court to prove whether the Jaffa cake was a cake. And the way that they did this was that a biscuit goes soft when you leave it out. A cake goes hard when you leave it out. So they made this massive Jaffa cake. It's about 1 metre wide. And they left it out for a week. Then the judges came back and they prodded it. And it was hard. So they went, it's a cake. You eat it. So that was round one. I think it's pretty even, so we've got two all here. So that's quite good. But we can remember that tax law is bonkers. That's what it's proving. Because law is bonkers. I'm going to tell you about my favourite law. My favourite law is one in England. I don't know if we've got anyone English here tonight, because we're in St Andrews, but go on over there. So a warning for you. Do not go out in public and be seen acting suspiciously with a salmon. That is a genuine law to be spotted acting suspiciously with a salmon. It doesn't tell you what acting suspiciously actually means. So I don't know whether it's you and a salmon, maybe standing outside a bank wearing a balaclava, planning a bank robbery. It could be you and a salmon checking into a hotel under the name Mr. and Mrs. Smith. That's pretty suspicious. Or maybe you and a salmon cleaning your internet history. That's the sort of suspicious thing you can do. Round two, we're going to make things a wee bit easier. So we'll start with, remember the nutritious bit? The apple.
Eat it.
Eat it.
No, tax it.
No, tax it.
Eat it.
Oh, damn
Nutritious! Why would you tax an apple?
it. Because it's bonkers.
We'll go with, remember the chocolate covered rule? This is a chocolate covered apple.
Tax it.
Eat it.
Is it?
Tax it.
So tax it, remember the chocolate covered rule?
If it was a toffee covered apple,
Fine.
I would tax it.
You can eat it.
I don't have a toffee covered apple. I've got a chocolate-covered one.
It's added afterwards, so it must be taxed.
It is eat it.
I said eat it later.
It's okay. It's still healthy and nutritious. So you want the chocolate-covered apple?
Oh, thanks.
What about the orange?
Eat it.
Same as an apple, is it?
Nah, just tax it.
Tax it, eat it, tax
Eat it.
it.
It's nutritious. It must be.
No, eat it.
You're saying tax it, you're saying eat it.
I said eat it. I said eat it.
It's an orange. It's good for you. Of course you would eat it.
I believe
No,
it. I said
Tax
the
it.
chocolate orange. Tax it. It's chocolate. It's pure chocolate. No. This is the chocolate-covered orange. An actual chocolate orange. I spent hours doing this last night. You don't know how much I go through for this. Tax it.
Eat it.
Tax it, eat it. Well, it's tax it because she's keen. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. I need to explain it first. Now, the chocolate-covered orange is linked to the chocolate-covered apple. You don't tax the chocolate-covered apple because the chocolate-covered apple is the only exception to the chocolate-covered fruit rule. I don't believe you didn't know that. You mentioned toffee. That is right. Toffee's excused as well. Final round. So final round. I've lost track of who's winning, but you've got quite a lot. So.
We're winning.
Okay, she says they're winning.
He's taking our stuff.
Last round. We've got a carrot.
Eat it.
Eat
Eat it.
Eat it.
Tax it.
It's a carrot. It's healthy. You don't tax the carrot.
Let's swap
We've got.
No.
Now this is the trickiest of all vegetables. Even I don't want to hold this up. This is. It's a chocolate-covered carrot. I'm going to give you a tip. You cannot put chocolate on a carrot unless you shave it first. So this is probably like an uncircumcised carrot. I'm going to put it away. Tax it or eat it, tax it or eat it, tax it or eat it. Tax it or eat it, tax it or eat it.
Eat it.
It's an abomination in the eyes of the Lord. It's just accepted. The final carrot is the carrot which looks like a penis. And I've saved your blushes by putting a hat in it. It is a carrot, a phallic carrot. Would you tax it, or would you eat the phallic carrot?
Tax it.
Eat it.
Eat it.
Eat it.
Eat it?
Eat it. Eat it.
Eat it? You're both right. It's an ornamental vegetable. So you don't... oh, actually, no, you're both wrong. You tax it. I got that wrong. It's an ornamental vegetable, so you pay tax on it. So when you go to the supermarket, if they ask you, are you going to tax it, or are you going to eat it, it might be because you've got a funny shaped vegetable. And they're just wondering whether you're going to eat it or keep it on a shelf. Okay, just to finish off, I'm going to try one final test, because it's about even. So I'll give you a test, and whoever wins this is the ultimate winner. I have a plastic bag. It's had the chocolate-covered carrot in it. Now, I thought there was no 5-year-olds in here tonight, so we should have a warning. You do not eat the plastic bag. Plastic bag, you pay 5p on the plastic bag tax. So that's a tax. Now, what if I put a salmon in it? He says free. Do you tax it, or Do you get away for free?
Well, you gotta watch out for being arrested if you access.
No, you tax it.
So you say tax? You say get arrested if I act suspiciously with it.
Depends on what you're doing with the flash canvas.
It's a wee tip, just to finish off. It's free. If you have a live salmon in your bag, it has to be live, it can't be a tin salmon. No, it's a live salmon or an axe. Then you don't have to pay 5p in on your plastic bag. Next time you're in Tesco, live salmon, axe. Don't have to pay anything. Well, I'm Andy Todd. Thank you very much. That was Tax It or Eat It, and I'm also available to do children's parties. And if I could just beg your indulgence for 20 seconds, I've got a show at the Glasgow Comedy Festival on March the 29th. It's called Jukebox Jury. It's a half show, half book launch, because I'm doing my book, Jukebox Jury, is about the songs sung by every football club in the UK. So if you can't make the show, you all know Amazon, so you can go on afterwards and buy it. Thank you very much. I'm Andy Todd. Good night.